Good morning, good day to all. You children like sweets and fruits. Have you ever caught while sneakily eating something without your parents' permission? If you caught in that situation, how would you manage? See, here the narrator ate 17 oranges within a few minutes. We can also eat that 17 oranges, but not in a moment. Why was he caught in that situation to eat 17 oranges in a moment? Let's see elaborately. So, the topic is 17 Oranges by Bill Norton. Lines from the text. Oranges, I was fond of them. I used to eat them all day and every day. But one day a policeman found 17 oranges hidden away in my pockets. He locked me up and I have never eaten an orange again. I want to tell you the story. The narrator who loves to eat oranges and he used to eat oranges every day. One day one policeman found him with 17 oranges hidden in his pocket. The policeman caught him and locked him up. After that day, he had never eaten an orange again. What would have happened on that day? I was driving a little pony and cart for the Swift delivery company, and I often went in and out of the docks. I was not really a thief, but I usually left the docks with something under my apron. I had made the apron myself and it was a big one. When there was a banana boat in the docks, I drove my little cart beside it. Sometimes bunches of bananas fell to the ground. Often my friends kicked a bunch to me from the boat. I always picked up the bananas quickly and hid them under my apron. Then I spent the rest of the day eating bananas. I liked bananas, but I like oranges best of all. The narrator, Bill Norton, was a driver in Swift Delivery Company. He was driving a little pony and cart for the company. He often went inside the docks to load the bananas in the cart. He declared himself that he was not a thief. Why he want to say that? He used to wear apron when he go inside. The apron made by himself, which was very big in size. He made that apron purposely. Let's see why. Whenever banana boat comes there, he drives his cart, load them for a company and pick them for himself too. So that is why he made that apron purposely. When he loaded his cart, some bunches of bananas fell into the ground. Sometimes his friend took for him, but always he took some bananas quickly and hid them under his apron. After then he used to sit quietly to eat the bananas, but besides banana, he liked oranges most of all. I only took things when I found them, but some people planned a theft very carefully. Clum Jones was a careful planner. Let me tell you about Clum. One day Clum was coming out of the docks. He was carrying a box. What have you got in here? Asked Pongo the policeman. A cat, replied Clum. Please don't make me open the box. The cat will run away. A cat? Pongo said. I don't believe you. Open the box. But the cat will run away, Clum said again. There isn't a cat in the box, replied Pongo. Open it up. Clum got very angry, but finally opened his box. Out jumped a ship's cat. The cat ran back into the docks. Clum ran after the cat. He was shouting angrily. 2 minutes later, Clum came back with the same box. He was holding the lid down tightly. Pongo laughed at him and Clum looked at him furiously. Clum looked angrily all the way home. Then he smiled. He opened the box in the kitchen and took out a large Dutch cheese. See, actually he was very genuine. Do you know why? He will pick up the things only when he found and not planned. But there was a man called Clum Jones who always planned to take things from the docks. He would say that Clum Jones was a very careful planner. One day Clum Jones was carrying one box when he coming out of the docks. He stopped by the policeman. That policeman name was Pongo. Pongo asked Clum what he was carrying in that box. Clum told him that there was a cat in the box and also told him if you open the box the cat will run away. But a very sincere policeman, how could he believe people without evidence? So he asked him to open the box. Again Clum was very honestly said the cat will run away if you open the box. But the Pongo, the policeman, not at all believe him. There was not a cat in it, so he asked him to open the box. Clum Jones very angrily opened the box, but the surprise is there was a cat in it. the real cat in it. When he opened the box, the cat ran back into the dogs. Clum angrily chased the cat. As he chased the cat, he ran into the dogs. 2 minutes later, Clum came back with the same box. The box was covered very tightly this time. Pongo, the policeman, laughed at him, thought that he caught the cat, so he carried it in the box. Clum looked at the policeman very furiously and reached home angrily. Once he arrived there, he started smiling. He went straight away to the kitchen. He opened the box. There was a large Dutch cheese in it. See, he carefully planned to take the cheese to things away. So his plan went on success. That was Clum's story, but I was not so lucky. Pongo the policeman caught me red-handed because my apron string broke. He noticed that my trouser pockets were somewhat bulging. Hey, wait a minute, Pongo shouted. He caught me by the collar, took me into his cabin nearby and looked into my pockets. There were 17 oranges. Pongo counted them and placed them carefully on the table. From the Clum story, he understood one thing, that he was not as lucky as Clum. One day Pongo the policeman caught the narrator red-handed. When he was coming out of the dock, his apron somewhat bulging, his apron string broken, so it was bulging. Pongo shouted him and stopped him. Pongo caught him by the collar and taken to his cabin. Pongo watched over narrator's apron. He asked him to count the oranges. There was 17 oranges. Narrator placed all the 17 oranges on the table on his cabin. Pongo counted the 17 oranges and placed them on the table. Too many people are stealing from the docks, Pongo said. You have stolen these oranges and concealed them in your pocket. Have you anything to say? I said nothing. I was very frightened, but I kept quiet. I had read a lot of books, a lot of detective stories to make the mistake of blabbing. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. I knew that the best plan was to say nothing. So you won't say anything, said Pongo. I am going to bring another policeman here. He will be a witness against you when I bring up this case in the court. Pongo left the cabin and locked the door behind him. I was very worried. Pongo told narrator many people are stealing from the dogs, and narrator also stolen oranges and hidden in his pocket. Moreover, he caught red-handed. He asked him that whether he want to say anything after this act. But narrator didn't speak out. He was very frightened, so he kept quiet. He thought about the detective stories he had read. If you want to say anything that in that situation, it will be against him. Everything became against him. So he decided to be quiet in that awkward situation. After a long silence, Pongo asked him if he want to say something and planned to bring another policeman for witness against him, so that he will be accused for when he brought up the case in the court. So Pongo the policeman locked him up with 17 oranges in his cabin. Narrator was totally worried. He didn't know what he could do in that situation. I looked at the walls, I looked at the door, I looked at the 17 oranges, and I looked at the apron with its broken string. I will lose my job, I thought. Perhaps I'll go to prison. What will my father say? What will my father do? I almost gave up the hope of escaping from the trouble. I was locked in the cabin and the oranges were on the table. Pongo had gone to bring a witness. I was in trouble. See, in the cabin, he looked at everywhere, wall, door, 17 oranges, broken string, apron. He thought about his job that he will lose. Once his act proven, he will go to prison, and what will his family think about him? And he almost devastated by the situations. He gave up all his hope of escaping from the trouble. He didn't have any idea to clear the act, to clear the situation. So the only evidence was placed in the 17 oranges. Oh my God, I said. What can I do? Eat the oranges, said the voice in my head. Eat the evidence. Eat them? I asked. Yes, said the voice in my head. Eat them and the evidence will be gone. Be quick, eat them all. I thought for a second, then I took an orange, I peeled it and put it in my mouth. Soon only the pips were left. You have to swallow the pips too, said the voice in my head. You have to swallow the pips and peel. You have to swallow all the evidence. Yes, of course, I said. I swallowed the pips and put some of the peel in my mouth. Suddenly, he heard a voice that said, "Eat the 17 oranges so that the evidence will be gone. Pongo will Pongo can't do anything without the evidence. Actually, it was his own voice. He thought to destroy the evidence by eating 17 oranges. After another minute, he took one orange, peeled it, and ate it. Only seeds were left. After some time, he thought about the seeds, so he planned to eat them too. He planned to eat the seeds too. He don't want to leave anything from that will go against him. So he ate seed, skin, peel, everything. Don't eat it, said the voice. There isn't time. Swallow it. Be quick. Swallow it. I took a small knife from my pocket and cut the oranges into large chunks. I swallowed the pieces of oranges one after other. There were still 3 oranges on the table when I heard Pongo outside. I stopped. My stomach was nearly full. Be quick. Swallow them, said the voice in my head. I was lucky. Pongo and the other policeman had seen some carts at the dock gate. They went and talked to the drivers. This gave me a few more minutes. I must swallow all the oranges, and I thought only 3 left. I swallowed the first one and then the second one. Suddenly, the door began to open. I went through a great deal of struggle and finally managed to finish off the last piece of the last orange. Pongo and the other policeman walked in. After them, there was another voice told him not to eat but swallow it. There is a difference between eating and swallow, right? Eating will take time, but but the oranges will finish by only swallow it. He took out the small knife with his pocket. From his pocket, he cut down oranges into pieces and swallowed it fastly, even though there were 3 oranges left. Narrator heard Pongo's voice outside. His tummy full, but he didn't give up. So he quickly ate all that 17 oranges. He need more time to finish all the rest of the 3. He got few minutes to eat the left oranges. When Pongo and another policeman head to his cabin, they saw some cart at the dock, and they went to talk to the drivers. So he got few more minutes to eat, but he can't eat. He must swallow it. Then only he can finish it by the time they'll arrive. One by one, he finished 2 oranges, even though eventually, in the meantime, he left one. The door opened, but that will be great deal of struggle. But finally, he managed to finish the last one. Pongo and other policeman walked towards the narrator. This is the thief, Pongo said. I caught him with his pocket full of oranges. Then Pongo looked at the table, and at first he could not figure out what had happened. Where are the oranges? I can smell them, said the other policeman. I said nothing. Pongo looked everywhere for the oranges. He looked in my pockets, he looked in my apron, but he didn't find one orange. Finally, Pongo understood what had happened, but it was very difficult to believe. Pongo pointed narrator was the thief and caught him with his pocket full of oranges. After then, Pongo looked at the table. He couldn't find out where did the oranges go. But he could smell, the other policeman could smell the orange. Narrator remained silent. Pongo looked everywhere to find out the oranges, first pockets and apron, table, but he didn't find even one. But finally, the policeman had understood what had happened, but that was hard to believe. 17 oranges, he said. 17 big oranges. How did you eat them all? I said nothing. Pongo was not able to send me to prison. There was no evidence. Pongo became angry and shouted at me, but I didn't say a word. In the end, he had to let me go. I told Clum Jones about the 17 oranges. Pongo locked you in that cabin for half an hour, said Clum. He had no right to do that. Pongo the policeman asked him whether he ate all the 17 big oranges and asked him how did he eat them all. Narrator kept quiet and understood. And Pongo understood that he can't send him present without evidence. Pongo furiously shouted at him and narrator completely quiet. Finally, the narrator came out of Pongo's cabin. When he returned there, he narrated the incident to Clum Jones, who was his friend. Clum Jones was telling how could he do that? How could he lock you for half an hour? He had no rights to do that. Perhaps Clum was right. I don't know, I didn't have time to think about it. I had eaten 17 large oranges, peels, pips, and all. I felt very sick for a week, and those oranges kept working away in my stomach. Narrator thought that maybe Clum was right, but he didn't know. He didn't think about anything at that moment, so he had eaten all the 17 oranges, including peels, pips, and all. He was sick for 1 week after he had eaten the oranges. All the 17 oranges started working in his stomach. That was really, this story was really very funny, clever, and dare act in that awkward situation. 17 Oranges by Bill Norton represents a funny, clever, dare act in that awkward situation. If you understood, answer the questions. Where did the narrator work? The narrator worked the Swift Delivery Company. What was the narrator's job in the dog? He was a driver. What was Clum Jones carrying in the box? First, he carried ship's cat. Second, a Dutch cheese. What happened when the box was opened? Ship cats ran away when the box was opened. Read the story once again. Thank you.